and welcome to this new episode here in my YouTube channel. This is Tony Hernandez Pumarjo, the Purpose Life Coach. I want to say thank you for tuning in to this new video. And if you haven't done so yet and you'd like to learn more about my content, please subscribe to my YouTube channel here on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, spread the word with everybody that you know. So that way you can learn more and keep up to date with any upcoming videos. We're posting videos on a weekly basis, a couple videos per week. So, but I need your support because without your support, the channel can't go anywhere. So appreciate your support. And if you want to learn more about my life coaching service, and you want to take that next level, that next step in your life, and getting the help that you need to achieve your goals and or resolve a challenge in your life, then I invite you to visit my website thplifecoach.com, thplifecoach.com, and I'll be more than happy to connect with you, and we can set up a time so we can talk and see how can I help you. So let's get this going. In today's video, to be honest with you, I was originally going to record a different topic today, into just a few minutes ago, when I decided that what, I'm gonna go this route. There's different topics I want to talk about that hopefully can be helpful for you, and this is something that I have been thinking, I've been praying, putting things in perspective, reflecting, and which I believe is one of the most important things that we have in our life, that a lot of times we take it for granted, and that's time. What is time, first and foremost? Because we talk about time everywhere, in all areas of our life. I mean, we talk about not having enough time for this, I don't have time, or I had to spend my time doing this or doing that. You know, but I think that a lot of times time is one of those things that, the way I see it, we take it for granted. We don't realize about this valuable commodity, this asset, or this thing that we have in our life, but it's something that it doesn't last forever. I mean, let's start with what time is. According to definitions here, time is the progression of events from the past to the present and into the future. This is I found this definition here by Dr. Anne Marie Emelstein, PhD, from the website .co. Period. Time is the progression of events from the past to the present and to the future. Also, time can only move forward because the universe's disorder or entropy never decreases. The human brain tracks time using memories. More memories make time seem slower. Okay, I found this definition just now. Let me see if we can find another definition of what time is, because it's very interesting. Because again, we talk about a lot about time, but we don't take the time to reflect on what time really is. The famous Wikipedia, not very reliable, but for the purpose of the video, we're going to go with this one. Time is the continuous progression of existence that occurs in an apparently irreversible succession from the past through the present and to the future. Time dictates all forms of action, age, and causality, be it component quantity of various measurements used to sequence events, to compare the duration of events, and to quantify rates of change. Time is primarily measured in linear spans or periods, ordered from the shortest to the longest. So I just read several definitions about time, so that way we have a better idea of what time is. But my first question for you is, how will you define life? I mean, not define life, but define time in your life. How do you define time in your life? I define time as this set, going along those lines of definitions that I just read. Time is what we have. Time is, focused on, you know, our presence. It's, at time is very complex to be honest with you. But it's something that we have, but we have it very in a very limited basis. Because for example, our time in this world is very short. The average 70, 80 years. Even though with the advances of technology, health, and science, the lifespans of humans expand or continue to expand. And according to research, again, the research, not me, humans, they say that they're living longer. But at the same time, there are people that are getting more, sick from different diseases, and more people, even younger, 20s, 30s, even children being diagnosed with cancer or any other disease. More people being diagnosed with disabilities. So we live in a very multipolar world, very complex world. I think that all of us can agree with that. But we take time for granted. And this is something that I've been reflecting for my life. How time has gone by. We're 2026 right now. I feel like the other day was 2016 or even 2012 or even the early 2000s. I feel that those years, I feel like they were not really 14 or 13 years ago, but I feel like, you know, it was the other day. And I wonder where has time has gone by. Recently, I went to an event and I saw a person that have been a mentor to me, especially when I started volunteer with an autism organization. And we talked and said, I can't believe we have known each other for more than a decade. And he's like, wow, is you know, you, time is something. I feel some more times. Sometimes I feel like I'm still in the 20s. Sometimes even going to when I was a kid, when I'm watching videos on YouTube related to my hobbies. But I had to realize that I'm 35 according to the birth certificate, and soon I'll be 36. Imagine that. And time has gone by, and time continues to go by. And at this point, I have worked, I have gone through different situations and challenges in my life. But I have worked, I have pushed different projects, but I feel I haven't reached to my peak. I haven't reached those big goals that I set for myself. At this point today, I'm not married, I've never been, relationship, even less. And some people around my age are they already have their children, but all those children are becoming adults, and soon they'll be, you know, grandchildren. I'm just thinking something about that. And, when my parents, and I know there's different things happening in our world. Less people are having kids, they're having families. As I said, the situation with the health statistics saying that people are living longer, but other statistics say otherwise as well. And more people are dying per year. And you know, just thinking about when my parents got married, they had us, all of us. I'm the third of four siblings. They had us in their 20s. Well, all of us in our in their 20s. I think that a lot of things have changed and not for the better in terms of family and tradition. And we need to, my opinion, we need to get back to tradition in terms of family and building communities because that's what make countries strong and making those societies strong. We have gotten away from, and I'm a person of faith. We have gone away from the traditional Christian values. And I think that, that has played a role into that. And we can talk about politics, geopolitical factors, economic factors, health factors, history factors in terms of the reason why we live in the world that we live in. And where this is not a video about those debates because there's a lot to uncover. But going back to the point about time, is that we don't realize that our time in this world is very small. We're not here for a long time, in fact, in this world. And that makes us, we need to take a step back and realize and ask ourselves how we are using our time. Are we using our time wisely or we're wasting our time? More valuable than money is health because you can have all the money in the world and you can lose money, but if you don't take care of your health, then you have no life. And I'm not talking about only physical health, but I'm also talking about emotional health. I'm talking about mental health. And for me, the most important, the spiritual health, your relationship with God. If you don't take care of that as the most important in your life, then there's no life. No life. And that's something that I have applied to myself, especially this last year and a half, that I have been in this process of taking care more of my spiritual health and then other areas of my health. Not perfect, but working on it. That's number one. And more important than money is time. Because without, if you don't take care of this commodity, of this asset in your life, then you lose your life. How you're investing your time. Are you using your time wisely? Because there's so many things that we waste our time, especially now in today's world with this device. And I've been part of it, you know. I'm not here to proclaim a guru that I never had these issues. I have. Wasting time on this device, wasting time mostly on the phone. And then after that you can say the computer. Wasting time on social media, wasting time doom scrolling. And what I mean by doom scrolling, scrolling endlessly on social media, websites, YouTube. Right now in this world, there's so many stupid trends. Well, people acting in their mind like they're like pets and other animals. We're seeing that recently. We also saw people giving energy and focus to different artists that play in a big sporting event and seeing arguments and stupid debates and people defending their artists and people going into political cultural debates and wasting time while those people and the people that finance them and the propaganda machine laughed at us. And given time, distraction, wasting time on things. I mean, if and if what difference in your life would have been if those 7, 8, or even 10 hours that you use on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, instead would have you would have used those 10 hours to work on improving your life? How big of a difference would that made? 10, 8 hours, even 2 hours, 4 hours. If you want to spend 1 hour of your life on your growth and your personal development, and more important, taking care of your health, how much of a difference would that make in your life? Think about it. Speaking, yeah, I just mentioned about the artists and the Super Bowl that I was talking about. I'm talking about Bad Bunny and Kid Rock. Again, no disrespect to them. No disrespect, I'm not going against them. But I'm saying that people waste their time arguing about things that really don't matter in their lives. Same with the people that are acting like animals. And and again, even in important things, debating about politics, society, taking sides, propaganda. We waste time on so many things, and I have been there myself. You know, when you call into the phone, it says 13, 12 hours on the phone screen, especially when I was working on social media and putting content on social media. I was logging those hours. Thankfully, this last year, my I have spent less time on my phone, not being barely at all on social media, focusing on the present, focusing on real connections to people. But I still have improvements that I had to make. I'm still averaging 4 hours or so because a lot of times I had to use the phone, to, when I'm watching YouTube or you checking emails for my business or reading the news. I still use my phone. I had to get better in that area, but I'm averaging between 3 to 4 hours of screen time. It is still a lot, but it's way less than the 17, no, not 17, the 13, 12 hours that was averaging per day. And I'm realizing that time is going fast. And that put a little bit pressure on myself because there are so many things I want to do. And another thing that we had to realize is that tomorrow is not guaranteed. And the yesterday is gone. The past is yesterday. It's gone. What we have right now is now. It's today. Tomorrow hasn't come yet, and we cannot go back to the past. That's the reason why time is one of your most valuable commodities. Valuable things to really get, really, take care of. To really take care of time. Because, if you continue wasting your time, then you have wasted your life. And also taking care of your health is so important, especially your spiritual health. So I'm going to ask you a question. Hopefully, with what I have said, I touched on different things, but hopefully, with what I have said, you may have come, to think, to have thoughts in your head in regards to time and how you're using your time on a daily basis. Is the way that you're using your time really helping you or not? Well, that's the question I want to end this video. Is the way you're using your time helping you or not helping you? If it is helping you, then and you make improvements, then what else you can do to improve even further? If it is not helping you, then why? And what references, what you can do moving forward to take care of this commodity called time. This is one of the areas that I work with as a life coach in terms of time management. So if this is something that you're or struggling with, if this is something that you need a guide or someone that can help you in this process, then please, feel more than welcome to reach out to me. My website is thblifecoach.com, thblifecoach.com. So that way we can set up a time that we can talk more and learn more about the way you manage time. And if you like this content and you saw it interesting and thought provoking, and you like to keep up with more videos, I invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Here, Tony Hernandez Pumarejo, the Purpose Life Coach. Tony Hernandez Pumarejo. the Purpose Life Coach. I appreciate all of you for your support. Please share this video with everybody that you know, especially those people that are using their time in a very interesting way. Please share it with them as well. Hopefully this video is very helpful. I really appreciate your support. And until next time, this has been Tony Hernandez Pumarjo, and I'll see you next time. God bless you.